Hello Jagias, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought why not I share a little bit about my Penang trip recently. So while you're at it watching my video, why not you pick up a pen, pencil, whatever medium you use to make art and just follow along while I tell you my stories in Penang. That intro was crisp. It was scrumptious. Dude, I am so proud that the intro turned out that way. But anyway, enough with the bragging. Enough being egotistical. Because I am here to tell you about my Penang trip recently. And yeah. So earlier this month, my family and I went to Georgetown for a short vacation. And we had one goal in mind: food hunting. And let me just tell you that was such a good idea. I was happy, I was elated, in a cloud nine. I was content. But anywho, previously, when we went to Penang, our go-to meal has always been nasi kandar. I mean, it's a no-brainer really. Anyone would tell you to try out the nasi kandar there. But eventually, my family kind of got bored with it. Cemoy, katanya. Well, at least for now. So we decided that for this trip, we'll try out the Chinese food in Penang. And boy, tears were shed. Happy tears for a fact. Now, my brother suggested us to go to Hwa Cafe, and in recent years, it has actually garnered a lot of popularity, which means that you'll have to go early if you don't want to deal with long lines. And when we arrived, we had to wait for quite some time. And when I mean quite some time, maybe like a few hours or so. I mean, I guess it's kind of standard if you go to viral places in Penang. So yeah, we had to wait for quite long before being seated, but we waited anyway because we've never done this before and we really wanted to try out the food at Hwa Cafe. So when we were finally seated and ordering for our food, there was only one thing on my mind at time. And that was mee udang. Alright? I needed to eat the mee udang. And when it arrived and once I took that first bite, good lord, it was like mechoso like that. The kuah, the udang, the mee, ya Allah, nikmat Tuhan guys. So now I might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I've been wanting to eat mee udang, the one in Penang especially, for the longest time. And well, maybe I haven't had that many mee udang to actually know which ones are good. But even so, my statement still stands. What made this mee udang special to me was the story behind it, the environment, the people, the ambience, everything that led up to this moment made this mee udang special, okay? Period. I stand by that, alright? So yes, what I'm drawing here is actually a mee udang from Bihua, and I used a reference for it, which is this. Now listen, I am not the best at taking pictures, especially like those aesthetic food pictures. I don't know, like I have never been really good at composition for photographs. It's just like macam I don't know how to like position the camera. It's like I wish I could position the objects instead. But imagine like how can you position like a landscape? Takkan you want to like move the mountains or the bukit to go a certain direction. Like, no, it's all about your hands. It's all about how you position the camera. But yeah, at some point I do need to learn how to like take cinematographical or English words. I need to learn like how to take really nice pictures because dude, I do YouTube. At some point I need to like get a grip. But yeah, I thought that my drawings can actually do some justice to these foods. But anyway, moving on to the next drawing here. This is a chendol. And a chendol is this ice dessert that is served with gula melaka. There is the chendol itself, which are those green jellies. And there's also other stuff in it like corn and red bean. And here's a controversial opinion coming through. But I actually prefer ABC over chendol. And my god, I know that sounds so disrespectful, especially that I'm drawing a chendol right now. So you know what? Forget that. Scrap that out. So this was the chendol that I had from Teochew. And let me say that I love the overall vibe of this place. The waiters and waitresses were really, really friendly. And to be honest, seeing the customers from so many different backgrounds coming in there to eat chendol sets a good mood for me. I've always been curious about other people's story, you know. So I feel like Penang and the restaurants here, the food here, everything in Penang is like a treasure trove to these stories, all woven in from the fabrics of history and culture. But oh my god, I was talking about chendol, yes. Chendol. Chendol is so good, dude. It's really good. The one here in Teochew. And another added thing that I love at Teochew is the street art there. So as you can see from my very, very shaky pictures, like dude, I was rushing, okay? And like mentioned previously, I am really bad at taking pictures, but this is an art piece by Emmanuel Jarus. I think I'm butchering his name. And this is his second artwork there. And obviously my pic here isn't doing any justice to it, so you might as well go to Penang and look at it in person. But yeah, I really, really love this artwork. I love the colors. I love like the expression. I love everything about it, you know? And I kind of harbored this dream that someday I would actually want to draw a mural in Penang and obviously have it seen by many people. But I don't know, maybe I'm too ambitious, maybe someday, and maybe if I've improved a lot in my art, but that is that. But speaking of street art, I have not, oh my god, this is another controversial thing coming through, but I have not seen the famous bicycle street art. And in fact, most of the famous one, like the one with the swing and the cat on that tire, like, oh my god, this is an absolute crime. I don't even know their official names. Like, dude, I make art content, yet I haven't seen a lot of Penang street art. Michoso, for real. Oh my god. But, someday, I always say that in my videos, but someday I will go and see those street art, and maybe I can try to bring you guys along with me. Well, virtually, of course. Penang has a lot to offer, and I think that's why it is loved by so many people. In fact, Penang is actually like my family's favorite place to go. Every time during Cuti Sekolah, we would always like take that opportunity to go to Penang. And yet, we always go to Georgetown. We always try to like branch out and go to different places as well. But there's something about Georgetown, really. And I think why it is such a special place in many people's hearts is actually because of the history, the cultures, the art, the food, the people, and I feel like every time you go to Penang, you will always discover something brand new. And you should always, open yourself up to these new experiences. Go to Penang and strive to go look for another street art. Strive to look for those more underrated food that you can get, and like really try to absorb yourself in that place. Every time I pass by a colonial building or an oriental building, I always try to think of what kind of stories and what happened there before. And it's kind of a shame sometimes that these stories and these historical facts aren't documented properly, or at least they kind of die down because nobody is there to like spread the word. So anyway, babes, this is the final artwork. I love the colors. I love everything. I love mi udang. I love chendol. Spread the word, everyone. Go have some nice mi udang and chendol the next time you go to Penang.